Today on StoryBOT, we are going to talk about the top 10 powerful weapons in MCU. Over the past 14 years, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has made a significant contribution to pop culture. On-screen adaptations of classic comic book characters, amazing conflicts between good and evil, and stunning scenery. Some heroes and villains have been extremely strong, but some are nothing without their weapons. There have been dozens of potent weapons used by both heroes and villains across the remarkable cast of the MCU. Some of these weapons, such as God Killers, Army Shredders, and Planet Destroyers, have left a lasting impression on the MCU. Number 10 is Hela's Necroswords. When Hela arrived in Asgard in Thor: Ragnarok, well, what a mess she left behind, and she never even came close to using up all of her Necroswords. Hela was able to effortlessly make them at will to use in melee combat or toss at her adversaries. She killed every single one of the famous Valkyries in a matter of seconds, and Thor was helpless in the face of the flurry of Necroswords that were thrown his way. Even the enormous Necroswords did not entirely defeat Surtur, proving that they were not unbeatable. But you can definitely believe that Hela might have defeated the Avengers as a whole with these swords. Number 9 is Yaka Arrow. This particular weapon has a very long range. In Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 2, Yondu slaughtered a group of men that numbered in the hundreds with just one arrow in a matter of minutes. The Yaka Arrow can be utilized from anywhere because its user doesn't even need to be in the vicinity of the target in order to attack it. Common creatures can be killed by a single blow, while superheroes like Captain America are probably also vulnerable. The drawback of this arrow is that it is utterly useless without the fin that regulates it. The fin's use also necessitates a high level of proficiency, making the Yaka Arrow challenging to use. Number 8 is Gungnir. This spear was never used prior to Thor: Ragnarok and was only removed for that film because Thor used it against Thanos. It would have made the battle far too simple. Odin, the only being in the world with enough strength to defeat Surtur at full power, endowed Gungnir with his power. Number 7 is the Ten Rings. The Ten Rings, which have a mysterious origin, have grown to be among the Maku's most potent weapons. The rings came into the ownership of Xu Wenwu, who used them to overthrow numerous civilizations over the course of his centuries-long life and established the infamous crime syndicate with the same name as the weapon. They have the power to propel the user far off in addition to creating strong energy barriers and blasts. The rings were semi-sentient and aided the user in punches, kicks, and movement when used in conjunction with Wenwu and Shankai's martial art talents. The wearer of the rings gained increased strength, speed, and longevity, as well as the ability to block projectiles from weapons like arrows and swords. The Dweller in Darkness, a creature with enormous ancient power, was killed by Shang Incredibly Kai's potent blasts. Number 6 is Eye of Agamotto. A powerful, mystical artifact known as the Eye of Agamotto is thought to have been produced by Agamotto, a previous Sorcerer Supreme and one of Doctor Strange's Vigilante. However, its real roots have never been proven. Due to the fact that it is a weapon of knowledge rather than force, the Eye of Agamotto is exceptionally unusual. When used by Doctor Strange, it endows him with various beneficial new abilities. In a sense, the Eye of Agamotto is all-seeing. It helps Doctor Strange see through all guises and illusions, replay past incidents, open gateways to other realms, locate unusual creatures, and examine the thoughts of adversaries. When Doctor Strange uses the eye, it occasionally appears as a third eye on his forehead. Number 5 is Mjolnir. Mjolnir was nerfed in the latest movies Thor: Ragnarok and Avengers Endgame since its noble application effectively defeated everyone. Thanos would never have been able to stand up to battle if Thor or Captain America had the brilliant idea to drop Mjolnir over him. As a result of Captain America gaining superpowers thanks to the hammer Thor, he can now confront Thanos and take his blows. It can summon the clouds and unleash enormous lightning bolts on its foes, rendering characters like Iron Man entirely defenseless with only one strike. Unfortunately, Hela quickly destroyed it, and we have witnessed strong beings successfully parry its attack. The worthy claws, though, should prevent anyone from using it at all during a battle. Number 4 is Thanos' double-edged sword. Because of the sword's incredible strength, it's unfortunate that Avengers Endgame did not give us the opportunity to learn more about its characteristics. Until Scarlet Witch defeated him, Thanos had an almost perfect winning streak. No one in the MCU has ever seen a vibranium shield destroyed, but with Thanos' power, the sword was able to do just that. It could injure even Captain Marvel and be strong enough to survive strikes from Scarlet Witch that was literally in the form of towering stones. With this sword, Thanos defeated all three of Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America, but Iron Man's snap prevented the sword from giving Thanos victory. Number 3 is Blackhole grenades. Not only was the second Thor movie a disappointment, but it was also one of the worst in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. Despite the mayhem in the movie, viewers learned about a powerful but underappreciated weapon. Black hole grenades were a weapon of the Dark Elves that, when used, produced a constrained, compact black hole. It was capable of absorbing, crushing, and disintegrating anything it came into contact with. They crushed Malekith and rendered him entirely helpless when he used an Infinity Stone to energize himself. Despite the fact that we haven't seen them since 2014, they remain a potent yet obscure weapon. The weapon's only shortcoming is that it seems to only have an impact on objects within a 2-foot range. Number 2 is Stormbreaker. However, the owner of Stormbreaker, who has access to the Bifrost itself, is immune to battlefield removal. As a result, the owner of the powerful axe has the ability to instantly unleash their attacks from any location in the universe. Stormbreaker is the only weapon that has successfully neutralized an attack from the Infinity Gauntlet, and it has no restrictions on what it can pierce because it quickly severed Thanos' head. Before Captain America saved him, when it was in Thanos' clutches, it was also going to kill Thor. If anything is still able to destroy Stormbreaker, we still don't know it. Number 1 is Infinity Gauntlet. Could any other weapon compare when you have the ability to destroy all of the world's creations in your hands? The Infinity Gauntlet has no boundaries once all 6 Infinity Stones are placed inside. Since the Gauntlet can essentially accomplish anything the wielder desires, we don't need to explain its abilities. Even if the wielder wants to create life in a matter of seconds, it is achievable in a flash, even if they wish to completely destroy everything. The Infinity Gauntlet is the ultimate weapon in both the Marvel Multiverse and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, possessing the abilities of time, space, reality, mind power, and even the soul itself. I'm stop here. To watch more videos like this, subscribe us and enable notification. Thank you for watching. See you next time.